So I found this nice looking website on Framer and wanted to recreate it. And that's what we're going to do today using Codeex. Now what I have here is the same page, but I made a screenshot and copied it in my Figma file. Now I want to recreate that just for WordPress. But before we do that, I want this screenshot to come alive. Now I have no subscription for Figma because I think it's way too expensive for what you get. So first we export the screenshot and download it in my download folder. Hit save, then open the downloads. Let's go into our ChatGPT app. You can also use Claude for the similar kind of thing. I like ChatGPT or Codeex because it is more efficient with their tokens. And in my experience, I really love this section right here. And we're going to get into that into a moment. But first, let's prompt our Codeex. Instead of typing, we can just ask questions. And that's the first thing that I would like to do. Seeing this screenshot, I want you to rebuild every section. Go section by section. You can use multiple sub-agents to do that as well. Use Terra for just you writing the code. I want you to check every time. And I also want you to recheck with the design and what has been created by the sub-agent. Verify that it's working and try to add interaction where possible. I will copy and paste this prompt later for you in the description down below so you don't miss out. And I will leave this at 5.6 sol high and hit send. Now this is a new workspace, so nothing is in there. And now it's doing its thing. So it's looking at the product design and goes from image to code. Because not every time and everyone has access to the Figma MCP. That means that you don't have access to the design itself. And even if you have access to the design itself, some of the designers don't understand how to create the outer layout and how to make that look pretty and how to set it up properly. Because there can be misalignment with spacing or with the colors. Using different typography at some places, there's not always a consistent way of working. So if Codeex can do that with using Figma, then it's really understandable that it can also do it with a screenshot of your website. My name is, by the way, Lex from Text Reviews, and I'm a design engineer by day and a WordPress developer by day and an educator by night. I'd like to educate you on the things that I learned during today. For instance, this workflow that we see right now. I've tested several ways of getting a Figma file to a WordPress environment. We have Gutenberg. We can use Nova Mirror MCP for that. We have Elementor, Bricks. I've tested buildAreas, and I've tested Unblock WP. For me, Unblock WP and buildAreas makes the most sense to use with AI coding agents because it talks directly to the code. It uses the HTML, at least Unblock does, and buildAreas uses a JavaScript that AI is familiar with, so it can build out a page very quickly. And in my testing, those two were the fastest by far. If you want to see a video about that, leave a comment down below. Now let's have a look at how far our AI agent is. So as we see, it's still getting along. I forgot one thing. I need to add that. I only want you to output the HTML CSS and not JavaScript or anything else. And the reason why that is important is because else it will default to React.js or something like that. And we don't want that. We don't want it to use a React framework or Vue.js framework. I just want to directly access to the HTML CSS so we can copy and paste it all in our WordPress environment. 30 minutes later, after 30 minutes or so, the page is done with building. We have a nice little CSS and HTML page with some animations that is working for us. Now, how do you get this inside of WordPress? Well, there's where my favorite little tools comes in handy. On the playground, you can also use something like Hostinger to host it, but especially Unblock is the one that really unlocks how you can use something that ChatGPT has built and then directly get it inside of WordPress. And let's create a new page. You can do that by pressing Ctrl-K and then type in page. And here you see add a page. We press enter and here we are. We can call this home page and here we have the section. Now what I like to do is first parse our CSS because we need to copy and paste everything that ChatGPT has created. So let's go inside of our CSS. Let's hit Ctrl A, Ctrl C, go in here, Ctrl V and hit parse. It will parse everything. There's 109 selectors that we will import, and when we import it, it has now been added. The next step is getting the HTML in, and how you do that is go in here, open the file of the HTML. Now you don't need to select everything, because we don't need anything. What we need is the main content. So let's select everything from main to main, copy and paste it, select section right here and paste it in. And there we go. There's the whole page inside of WordPress without us touching really any code or editing any code. And if you want to make changes, for instance, I think this is not legible enough, we can make changes directly in here. So we see that in the article P, it has a font size of 9. I don't think that's very readable. So we can make changes to adjust that accordingly. 40 pixels feels more as a part of things that we can read. The same goes with these texts. You can increase them without having to do much for it. Then you can hit save, but there are still two things missing, if I am correct, because we don't have our header yet. So we need a place to find where we can do that. And where we can do that is go to Appearance Editor. And inside of Editor, we have patterns. We have a header pattern, which is the header section that we have made in ChatGPT. We go inside of our section, go back in here, and now we have to select our header. We copy it, we go back in here, we have the section right here, we paste it in, and there we go. There's our header. If we hit save, it is saved now as a template part. And then you need to make it available. Where you do that is go into templates, and in your index HTML, you see that the header and footer are already set. And that's also something that we are missing. We are missing our footer. So what we can do is go back in here, all the way down, and we have footer right here. We can copy and paste this and add another block. We have the HTML right here. We paste it in, we hit save. And if we now look at the website, we see that everything is available. The hover styles, the colors, the cards that we saw earlier, the hover styles right here on the cards as well. So everything has been transferred from the HTML CSS we saw earlier in ChatGPT from screenshots to a working website within Unblock. Now, if you really ask me, I think some of the things should be changed, and those changes should be made here because this is not readable. What we can do is ask AI to make corrections to the CSS to make everything readable. What I like to use instead of typing is saying to the AI what needs to be changed. I see there's a lot of fonts that aren't that readable. Please follow accessibility guidelines to make it readable, make it the right size, that sort of stuff. Only change the CSS. And if we hit enter, it will do the changes for us. That's what I really love about Codeex. The same goes if we want something different to be changed, because there's no hover effect right here, you see? So what we can also ask is press the annotating button right here. That's a comment. And then click on the card and then talk to it again. There's no hover effect on this one. Can you make it the same as the cards? When we press enter, the annotation will be added on the left-hand side. Now, if we see other things that we would like to change, for instance, maybe these pictures could be bigger. That would be a little bit nicer. These pictures can be taller for all the cards that we have right here. Can you change the CSS for that? Meanwhile, we see that our ChatGPT is inspecting the website live. It's seeing that there are some things that have been set and looking with Terra, a lower cost model, to make the changes for us. The check will then be done by 5.6 Sol, and this is a very efficient way to get lower models to execute and the higher models to do the real reasoning. Whilst ChatGPT is working on it, we can ask to make other changes. So those should be changed as well. I hope that is done automatically. In here, I would like the white letters to turn black on scroll. So when it's in viewport, I do know that there's a CSS view transition for that I can use. So we can ask that specifically. I want this text to turn black when we are scrolling down. We can use a CSS view transition for that based on scroll. Look at the modern CSS that's available. And why I say specifically that the modern CSS that's available, because ChatGPT has a knowledge, but the knowledge it has is from the past like 20 years or something like that. And the recent things that have been changed in the CSS space is not directly available. It needs to research that and know that it's something that I want. So you need to be very specific with AI in setting in how you want it to work. I think the rest of the things will be fixed with this one. I see that there's a lot of icons there. So I am wondering when it is bigger, if that is also the case. And I also see that here, all pages, the arrow down is not an icon. So we can also ask that to change. I see that with all pages, there's a drop down arrow. I see that it's some kind of V instead of really using an icon. Could you use the phosphor icon and install that as an SVG? Now, phosphor is a library that is, if I remember, free to use, and it has a nice looking icon. So I asked specifically to use SVG because SVG is something that is also a part of code, so you can make changes afterwards to it. The extra benefit of that is that you are not reliant on images for it. I think a PNG for a drop-down icon and you zoom in, it can look horrible, which is not needed in this case. And I think those are the most things that we want to change. I also missed the badge outline right here, so we can ask that. For the trusted by 100,000 plus professionals, I miss the border of 1 pixels, just like in the design. I will attach a screenshot specifically for this. Now, because ChatGPT is missing something specific, where we have some kind of border or something like this right here, we can ask AI to add it specifically for that. And that's the nice thing of this. You can annotate it, add a screenshot, so that the AI knows specifically what you're talking about. And we have 5 annotations. And I guess the bubbles was also a little bit weird because when I clicked one, it will scroll down, but I don't want that. The bubbles has the bubbles have a anchor, but I want to remove that. Could you please do that for me? That goes for all of the bubbles on this section. Now 6 annotations, I think that's good enough. So we'll add it to the queue. And when it's done with our accessibility stuff, I already see some improvements in the readability of the texts, and then polish the CSS for it. We have a nice underline for the card so that we understand that those are clickable titles. Also for the links, and that we see some kind of animations happening. We see that this is more readable right now. This is for me one of the most awesome reasons why to use Codeex over anything else as of yet, because you can annotate. If you ask it to create an HTML and CSS for it using a screenshot, it then creates something. But if it's not up to wishes, you can make adjustments pretty easy. Quite possibly you can do it yourselves quite quickly, but I'm not that fast because I am very specific. And this way I can iterate faster, especially when you have multiple pages you want to test out or want to make changes to. This is my favorite way to go. Now let's wait a little bit and see when AI is ready. And we'll get back to you in a few moments. 8 minutes later. After 8 minutes, it has made the changes. We have a nice border outlook here. We don't have a hover effect right here. I think I didn't make this clear. The images are now larger, and it goes for all the images. I don't see, oh, there it is. The scroll effect, but it starts too soon and exits too late. So we can ask it to make one more change. And as we see, it's still way too quick, although ChatGPT says it is done. So what we can then do is just copy the whole styling again, edit the page, go to Unblock and paste it in and ask it to parse, import. And we see that the changes have been made. Everything is a little bit bigger, and we hit save, and we can look at our page. When we view it, everything is available and everything is ready for you to run. If you want to make adjustments, you can still do that within Unblock using HTML and CSS directly. So this is my preferred workflow, creating HTML CSS using Codeex. We can even use a screenshot. You don't need a Figma MCP, which you pay for, by the way. You can directly just access it and then copy and paste it in Unblock, which makes it available in WordPress. But not everything is set up in dynamic data. For instance, the blog post is not set up in dynamic data directly. If you want to see that, you can leave a comment down below. And as always, thank you for watching and catch you all on the next one. Keep designing.